All right, so good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to some of our friends over in India and Singapore and Malaysia. You guys are in for a real treat because this individual that's here today, my special guest, if you guys are over in India and you're over in Singapore and Hong Kong, I truly believe that this is someone you will want to have as a guest. All right. When we start doing events over in South Asia. JB Owens, JB, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted to be here. And I say yes to everything you just said. I would absolutely love to go over to any of those countries and share the bliss and the ignite. So thank you so much. And Happy New Year to everyone, wherever you are in the world.
Likewise. Look, if you guys are joining us for the very first time, do me a huge favor, type a one in the comment, number one, so we can say thank you and acknowledge you for being here. And if you're comfortable, right, type in your name or the city you're from, as well as the country you're from, because JB right now is igniting moments, not just here at home in Canada, but literally all around the world. And so, I can go on all day and edify and tell you all kinds of amazing things about JB. I'm going to get JB to in 30 to 60 seconds. Okay. JB, would you mind sharing with the folks, like, who is JB Owen?
Thank you so much, Gordon. I appreciate it. It's a long list, but it's a very short list. I'm so blessed to be the publisher and CEO. We help people tell their amazing transformational stories. We give people the opportunity to tell those ignite moments, that incredible time in your life where something actually happened that changed the direction of your life. And we're so excited that those stories get to be in our Ignite books, 17 international best-selling books around the globe. So wherever you are in the world, there's an opportunity for you to read an Ignite book with an Ignite moment from somebody just like you who's had a powerful moment. So thank you for letting me share. I really, really am excited to be here because stories bring us together. It's stories, that common denominator, that hero's journey that people really get to relate to. And it doesn't matter where you're from. The story makes a difference.
Wow. Thank you so much, JB. And, throughout the next 5, 10, or 15 minutes, I really want the folks, especially my friends, our clients, to really get to know who you are, what you're doing, because as a leader, as a international best-selling author, you didn't just do it all. You didn't do it for yourself. You could have, right? But you have taken how many, like hundreds and hundreds of people, authors, speakers, you name it, along with you to become international bestsellers. How many authors do you have now, JB?
Yeah, we've just passed the 700 mark. So we're so blessed to have told over 700 Ignite Moments stories and published also solo books for people and really feel fortunate because we have authors from all over the world: India, Estonia, Japan, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Brazil. And so the unique thing is that everyone has this story that has really changed them. And sometimes, and I've been working with Les Brown, and I said to Les Brown, your story does not define you. Instead, it refines you. And what happens is a lot of people get stuck in their story and they don't know how to move through their story and move through their past. And so what we do is we don't teach people, we transform them, and we help them create a new story and the new version of themselves and go after it is what they want. And, we love encouraging people to set up that next best self, that successful self, that part of them that's really going to make an impact for others, because that really is I think the common denominator of success is how can you help others? How do you help other people achieve what they're going after?
I love that. JB, Les Brown is one of the best, if not the best, motivational speaker on the planet. And right, so when you think about motivation, you think about Les Brown, but you use the word transformation, and that's so true. I've seen you motivate and inspire, right, so many amazing entrepreneurs, including myself. And then now you're more than just a motivational speaker or coach. Like you really are transforming people's lives. So talk to me about the word transformation again, because you just mentioned transformation. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, it is a mindset shift. It really is. I mean, there was a time, and like many entrepreneurs, I had a business that I started in the basement of my house. I went to 1 million in less than 4 years, and
Wow.
that business was all about consumerism, and it was all about domination, and it was all about annihilating the market, and it was all about selling what was selling. It was all about how much profit we were making, and there was this time when that business was all consuming, and I was making a ton of money, but it was very unhealthy and very unhappy. And I lost that business. I let go of that business. I walked away from that business. It was a very difficult learning process, but what it showed me was, when you want to have a successful business, there has to be that mindset shift where you're transforming not just yourself, but you're transforming others. And
That's
so when I stepped into the realization that my business is not just about JB, my business is about my team, my business is about my community, my business is about the people that we touch, and then it's about the people that those people touch. I call it the triple win. If you have a triple win in your business, you are transforming lives, and you are transforming how people do business, and then how they go out into their community and do business. And I think that, for me, more than ever, is how we ignite humanity, is that we create this win 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 situation that does absolutely transform people's lives. And that is moving into legacy, that's moving into generational wealth, that's moving into empowering the planet. And that's the kind of stuff that really gets me excited. And when I'm excited, I get you excited. When you're
yes.
excited, you get somebody else excited,
Love
and
your
it
energy.
grows.
I love your energy. JB, you mentioned legacy. If it's okay with you and for the folks who are watching, I just wanted to share something very quickly. One of the things that you and I will be talking about shortly as well is, our mutual friend, Sir John Shin, who's the executive producer of Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie. And anyone who's, read the book Think and Grow Rich, right? And I know you always have a copy nearby. In fact, if anybody who's watching, are you a fan of Think and Grow Rich? Right? Do you
Yes,
have
yes,
a
yes. Put it in the chat. Yes, yes, yes.
what JB and I would like to offer you is, because it's the beginning of the year. And JB, I'm not sure about, you just mentioned adversity, so thank you for sharing your story. I know it goes deeper than that. In Toronto right now, who would have thought over 2 years later, right? In Ontario, kids are still not back in school right now. Indoor restaurants are closed. And our business is based on live events, seminars, and workshops. And right now, it's illegal to have more than 5 people in a room. That's absolutely crazy, isn't it? And so I know, JB, you and I have been talking about, possibly having an event where we have 500 to 1,000 people in a live theater, and then we would watch Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie, together. We have a black tie
Yes.
event with red carpet and so on. I mean, if we did that, the theater would be packed. And since we can't do that because of social distancing, now we're going to do this together in the comfort of our own home, right? Watching it together online in Zoom, and it's next Friday, January 14th. Would you mind talking a little bit about that, JD? The Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie.
Yeah, well, I'm excited because I'm not sure where you are on the planet, but I'm in Canada, so it's minus 32 here. So we don't really want to go out anyway. So we're happy to be staying home in the comfort of our own homes, in the comfort of our own favorite chair, with the people that we love really close to us, to absolutely watch a movie that's going to change your life, change the way you think, redefine those limiting beliefs that you have, and just awaken you to something new. And every single time when we sort of step into the new year, we like to awaken ourselves to new opportunities and new dreams and new ideas. And so watching a movie like this is so powerful, because you just need one idea. You just need one idea to be that pivotal ignite moment that's going to set you in a new trajectory and set you towards wealth, happiness, joy, love. And Think and Grow Rich, people often shy away from that title because they think that it's, all I'm going to do is think and grow rich. The truth of the matter is, having that ability to think about how you can create richness and wealth and abundance and prosperity into your life gives you all the power you need to go out and do what we just talked about, the triple win, the transformation. Because your wealth and your richness in you and who you are allows you to spread that out to the world. And so many of you who are watching have great ideas and great beliefs and great determinations and things that you want to bring forth to the world. And this movie and all of the things that John has done and all of the people in it believe in that, and they're going to infuse into you some really powerful tools and techniques. So we just love for you to join us and be with us in spirit, even though we're not out in the cold weather in Toronto.
Wow. JB, I don't know if you can see this or not. You were telling me last week it was minus 34 or something like that in Calgary.
Yeah.
Well, this is today. I was just down at the lake. So you see the ice? I don't know if you can see
So, wow, hey?
it is so cold out there today. But like you said, JB, next Friday. So instead of being in the theater, if you're watching right now and you're online, well, wherever you are from your living room, right, or from your home office, come and join us. Like, JB and I would like us to be able to turn our living rooms, right, our offices into a theater where we can all come together. When you think about the 700 authors that JB's brought together, right, it's like a family, isn't it?
Absolutely. An incredible community of the most heart-centered people on the planet. And that's what we all need. We need community now more than ever, with everything that's going on, where you talked about the shutdowns. More than ever, we need to create community. We need to know that there's other people out there like us. And the movie, I feel, if they can do it, it inspires you to say, I can do it. If they can get there, I can get there. And this is what we need. We need to be lifting each other up, because if I can lift up you and you can lift up me and we can lift up someone else, then we are making that ripple effect. We're making the impact that we want. And it is, we're all at home, we're separated, we're not together, but this is a beautiful way to bring us together. And so we're talking the same language and we're thinking in the same way, and we're surrounding ourselves with people with the same ideas and the same suggestions, who want you to move forward, who want you to succeed, because we all deserve to succeed. And this is a community, your community, our community, John's community, the Think and Grow Rich community. They are people who want you to have exactly what it is you're going after. And it just takes one moment, one page in the book, a few seconds in the video. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I love that. I'm going to put you on the spot, JB, because ignite moments are so powerful, right? And here's Les Brown. Again, when it comes to a motivational speaker, like the man is a living legend. I remember 4 years ago at my son's wedding, I'm in Hong Kong, I'm in the hotel, and I'm actually running on the treadmill, and I'm listening to Les Brown.
Right.
If Les Brown gave me $1 for every time I quoted him, if you fall on your back, not on your face, if you can look up, you can get up. I would have millions of dollars just quoting Les Brown. The man is incredible. So I had somebody ask me the other day, like, how did JB Owens get Les Brown to become a partner with them in this incredible Ignite book series?
Manifestation. It's this book. This book talks about manifesting. This book talks about focusing on what you want. The whole philosophy of Think and Grow Rich, the Ignite moments, what Landed for Success is doing, it's the idea that you attract to you what you want. I actually had someone on a podcast a couple of days ago say, like, here's a question. Should people say what they want, or should they keep it to themselves? And my question was, declare it, baby. Say it. Say exactly what it is you want. Tell people what you're interested in doing. Tell the universe what you're going after. And these are the kinds of things that happen with me and Les. I started saying, like, I'm going to work with Les Brown. I'm going to do a book with Les Brown. Les Brown is going to be in one of our books. I'm going to be working with Les Brown. I just started saying it. I started declaring it. I started talking about it. I started opening doors and knocking on, people and saying, hey, do you know someone? And of course, I did the work. I think that's the biggest thing, Gordon, is a lot of people are like, they wanted to just come to them like genie on the bottle. And what I want to say is, you got to do the work. You got to show up. You got to be it to become it. One of the people call me the pink billionaire, and they're like, well, I'm not. I tell them I'm not a billionaire yet, but you got to be it to become it. You got to step into it, and you got to figure out all the things that are going to happen along the way, and you got to trip and fall and pick yourself back up. You got to be it to become it. And so, I love working with Les. He's phenomenal, incredible, more incredible than you ever imagined as you get to know him. And these people who reach this level, and many of the people in the movie, many of the people that you work with, they are at that level where they want to help others. They want to pull people forward. They want to lift people up. And I think that when you start surrounding yourself in that circle, it is so easy to be successful because doors start to open for you because you share it with people and they're like, I know someone who can help you, who can do that. And they love your energy and their synergy. So just be willing to say yes. You may not have the answer, but just be willing to say yes.
Be willing to say yes. JB, I'm going to give a big shout out to Cheryl Chang. Cheryl, I believe she is now, and I could be wrong because every time I say a number, it gets higher. She is
Yeah.
now self published, I think, 34 books. Is that incredible?
Incredible. Yeah. Like, see, there's someone who put one foot in front of the other and just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And you know why it's easier or she has that big number? Because she did the work on book 1 and and then she modified on book 2 and then she improved it on book 3. And now she's created a system. And if Michael Gerber, also another person I'm working with, if you create a system, you get great success. So and the only way to build a system is to keep doing it, is to keep doing it, is to keep trying it, and to keep, making the effort.
Wow, that's amazing. So again, folks, if you're watching, this is JB Owen, and JB is incredible. She is an international best-selling author. She, in my opinion, is one of the top transformational coaches on the planet right now. And JB and I would love more than anything to offer you a gift, which John Shin and his wife Arlene has gifted us.
Yeah.
If you go online right now, I was talking to a friend of mine, and they said, I've been dying to watch Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie, because if I go online right now, the only way I can watch the movie is I have to pay for it. And that's right. Like if you search it right now online, you have to pay to watch the movie. And if you were to go to a theater, you would have to pay as well. Because when they launched it in California, the theater held 600 people and 6,000 people showed up. I mean,
Wow.
that was really incredible. So the fact that we've been gifted this opportunity to watch the movie together, I encourage you to don't procrastinate. Go online today. Like go online now. JB and I would not be offended. Okay. If you went online now, grab your ticket. You're going to get a confirmation with a Zoom link and a password. And that's for you. So don't give it away. Because if you have some friends you want to attend, they have to register as well. Right. But what's really neat is as soon as the event is over, there's going to be a live Q&A for 30 minutes. And Sir John Shin's going to be there, Scott Servine. And if you see the promotional flyer, you'll see JB's picture right beside Scott Servine, the director of Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie. JB, let me ask you this. If you could ask John Shin one question right now on during our movie night, during the live Q&A, what would you ask him?
Well, I'm asking a lot of legacy leaders, like, what is the next thing for humanity? Where are we headed with humanity? Because we've really been distracted by the things that are happening in the last 2 years. And what I want to do is get people talking about what is possible. For me, it's all about igniting possibilities. Anything and everything is possible, and we really need to get our minds thinking in what is possible. And so I'd really like to ask John, like, what is possible for humanity? Because if we can think about how do we solve climate control? How do we end world hunger? How do we eliminate, the landfill problem? How do we save the whales? If we can start thinking about what's possible, we can make a difference in changing those things. It's when we get caught up on what's happening and what is the current situation, and go down the rabbit hole of what's not possible, that we really stunt ourselves. And so my question to John would be, what's possible for humanity? What do you see happening for humanity? And then really listening and thinking and putting that into motion, that we can make that happen. Because I think legacy leaders and people who are transforming humanity, that's where their mindset is what is possible.
Wow. JB, I can spend all day listening to you. And somebody here just posted habits. Yeah, habits are so important. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about 6 steps to riches. And the first step is deciding exactly how much money you want. And then the second one is about contribution. Like, what are you willing to give back in return for that? And I was blown away with you guys with the Ignite series already giving back and you're building schoolhouses
In Cambodia. Yes. Yeah. Again, back to legacy. There comes a time where you really want to think about how do you help others. And as a publishing house and CEO of Ignite, I had to think very, very hard and clear, like what is the next version, what is the next thing that we can do. And literacy obviously is a big thing as a publisher, and so we partnered with the Classroom of Hope to build schools in Cambodia, so all the online proceeds of our books go towards building these schools. And I want to just talk a tiny little bit about Think and Grow Rich for a second. This is one of my versions of Think and Grow Rich. You can see that I have tabs on my favorite things. You can see that I have highlights and underlined parts and here, and that's what I really want to say to you. Like, when you decide you're going to do something, do it all out. Like, go all in. Reading this book numerous times, watching the movie, connecting with people who are thinking these philosophies. These are the kinds of things that make a difference. Now, I don't know this book by heart, but I read it constantly. I remind myself, I go back to it. And that for me is it's repetition. It is habits. You have to keep conditioning yourself and training yourself and teaching yourself. And you're not supposed to get it right the first time. You're not supposed to know it all. You're supposed to enjoy learning it. And I can guarantee when you come and watch the movie, you will absolutely learn something you didn't know. And some part of you will be awakened, because it's no coincidence you're watching this Facebook Live. There's no coincidence you know me or you know Gordon, or you've never even heard of us, but now you hear our voice and we've invited you to this free event. And I want to say, Gordon, tell everyone, hey, everyone, if you've gone to this link and you've copied it, take a screenshot of it with your phone. If you can't get it fast enough, click your phone and take a photo of it. And then share it with as many people as possible, because even if this isn't for you, it is for someone else. You may be the messenger for this for someone else. So if you can't make it and you're not available and that day doesn't work for you, you absolutely know that there's someone in your life that they could use this. And we want you to be the person to invite them. We want you to be the person that they say, you know what? You invited me to that movie and it changed my life. And it was like the best movie I ever saw. So be that person for somebody else if you can't make the event, and share it with as many people as possible.
That's amazing. Just pay it forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. JB, before we wrap up here, one of the things I do want to ask you is often you have like 700 plus authors now, like 17 plus books and solo books, and there's so many amazing projects coming up, and your authors are now learning how to become better communicators. I mean, how many of you watching would like to become a better speaker, right? JB with Les Brown and the stuff she's got planning for her authors right now, it's literally off the charts. But I've had people ask me, like, what are the benefits? Like, why should I write a book? Like, what would you say to somebody right now who says, like, why should I write a book? What would you say to them would be the benefit of writing a book?
Yeah, this is the most important thing. If you feel called to write a book, if you feel called to tell your story, if you feel that inkling, that burning, that desire, even in that niggling, nagging feeling like I should write a book, the only reason you're feeling that desire is because somebody else desires it. Somebody else in the world is calling for it. Somebody else needs it. You have the answer to someone's problem. You have the lifeline to someone else's disaster. You have the ability to show somebody a way that they didn't see before that is very, very unique. So if you feel like I should write a book, I should tell my story, I should help people, the reason you're feeling that is because someone out in the world is calling for it. And so don't ignore that feeling. Just know that there is a reason for you to do it, and start doing it. And connect with me. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to show you. We love helping authors. That's what we do. We walk you through the process. We support you. We make it easier, faster, quicker, more enjoyable, less expensive, for a reason, because we want to do all the heavy lifting so that you can tell your story and you can share your message. And the truth be told, when you take something in your life and you transform it and you use it to help others, it's one of the most amazing feelings possible. It truly is healing. It ignites you in a new and unique way, because you've taken maybe something was difficult for you, maybe a divorce, maybe a loss, maybe a bankruptcy, maybe somebody cheated on you, maybe your grade 6 school teacher told you you'd never make it. And you take that event and you reassign a meaning to it, and then you use it to help someone else. That's game changing.
Wow, so powerful. JB, I just want to say hi to Shilpi down in California. So thank you for stopping in here. How about one more. I keep on thinking like, I wish I could have you for hours here, right? And listen to you all day. Unstoppable mindset. How it's 2022. 2021, some of us probably said it's going to be our best year ever, and we all had challenges in 2021. We had really amazing stuff too, right? Like people complain about COVID. Well, I had two brand new grandchildren during COVID, so I can't complain about that, right? So how do you develop despite of all the challenges? And you mentioned earlier before when you started your business and how it didn't go well and financially you were hurting and so on. But look at you today. Like I would have never known that. I'd be, come on, you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Well, that's so. How do you have that unstoppable mindset that you have, JB?
Well, for me, I do believe that if and yeah, I don't always talk about this, but I had the kind of childhood where I never felt like I was accepted for the way I was. I felt like I was different. I didn't fit in. I felt like I wasn't heard. I wasn't noticed. I wasn't recognized. And I think that has what has made me today, because I believe that every person deserves to be heard and every person deserves to be seen and every person matters and everyone's story is important. It doesn't matter if you're a homeless man on the street or you live in the Taj Mahal. Your story matters. And
Wow.
so from my own growing up and my own hardships as a young little person, I developed this deep desire to make sure that every person is heard and every person is noticed. And so that's what makes me unstoppable, in the sense that I want this for you. The success that I have achieved and the accolades that I have received and the experiences I have been able to enjoy, they are absolutely available for you too. And there's even more to my story. If you could pick up any Ignite book and you'll read one of my stories, I've been through lots of trials and tribulations. But the thing that has pushed me forward is the knowingness that if I shine my light as bright as I can, it allows you to shine yours. And I think more and more of us need to do this. It isn't competitive. There is no ambition shaming anymore. We don't need that. There's enough for all of us. This book teaches us that. It teaches us that abundance is endless. Abundance is all around us. There's abundance for everyone. And so that unstoppable nature comes from knowing that this is my divine assignment. This is what I was meant to be. I don't have to compete with anyone else, because this is what was given to me. And they're going to do their way, and Gordon's going to do his way, and John's going to do his way. And we all get to be successful.
Yes.
And so if you know that success is going to come to you if you just put in the work, then just keep putting in the work. Just keep doing it. Just keep waking up every day and saying, I'm willing to accept whatever today brings to me. I know it's for the right and highest good of myself, and off I go.
Wow, that's amazing. That's unbelievable.
Thanks for asking. And you don't get enough kudos back at you. You're doing amazing things. You are an incredible individual. You support us all so much. You're always lifting us up. And I wanted to say thank you for letting me be a part of this amazing project. Folks, I get asked to do a lot of things, and I only like to do things that are with heart-centered individuals. I'm very blessed to be on Forbes magazine. They call me the Heart Center publisher. And I like to absolutely take that on. Heart-centeredness is really the way business is being done. And that's success, in my opinion. So thank you, Gordon, for you being you and inviting me to be a part of this film. Thank you, John. Thank you, all the other participants. And thank you to you who are listening, because you guys get to be a part of something special.
That's amazing. Well, thank you, JB. Think and Grow Rich talks about the master alliance is two people coming together, but in harmony.
Yeah.
Right. Two or more people. And you and I have seen so many times people come together, and it doesn't matter how much money can be made. There's just like there's somebody earlier said, I don't know who it is. I wish I'm just learning the system here, but it says they typed in here friction right here. Somebody was watching. I'm not sure who that is. Like, right. Like, there's too much friction going on in the world right now, and we need to figure out how we can be more tolerant of each other, and sometimes that's tough, right? Especially when we don't agree always agree the same. But somebody said Paul, so maybe it's Paul who said that.
Hey, Paul. Thanks, Paul.
Do you know who that is?
Friction is like energy, right? Like when the molecules are moving, there's creating energy, and there's that friction. And the friction can be like, what's the positive of friction? Gordon, I love that word, positive. What's the positive side of friction? And friction really is, in a lot of ways, let's think of it as a good thing. I mean, there have been so many changes and so many people who have been had that friction to do something different, to push a little bit harder, to, pivot on their business, to change their lifestyle, to move. I said to people when the first round of sheltering in stopped, I'm like, guess what? You never have to go back to Starbucks and drink coffee. You never have to speak to those people that weren't healthy and happy for you. Like, you've had a reprieve. You can reset your life and be exactly what it is you want. And so the friction that we we are feeling in the world today is really to ignite us and create the magnetism, the momentum, the energy to be what it is we want, that rocket fuel to go after our dreams.
Just makes us stronger, right? Yeah. Wow. Wow. Well, once again, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Please go grab your ticket, grab several tickets. I mean, if you have a team, like, get your team to be there. You have employees, get your employees to be there. JB, I'm so looking forward to 2022. There are some things you and I have talked about behind the scenes, events, and wow, all across the country. I wish I could. The expression that if I tell you guys right now, JB's going to kill me. Not that she.
Exactly. Save all of the good stuff we got going, but stay tuned and keep an eye out for us, because we're going to show up some more and tell you. But for now, I just want to say thanks to John and all the people who put their heart and soul into the movie. When you guys watch the movie, you're going to look for the stuff, those secret key moments, those ignite moments, those little golden nuggets, and you're going to see some really beautiful things in the film. And just know that there were people behind the scenes that were putting so much time and effort into it so that you could enjoy it. And I just want to say thank you to those people. Being in the film business for 15 years, there's all those people behind the scenes that put their effort into it. So thank you to all of the people. Think of all of the hands and the energy and the momentum and all the things that had to happen to make this beautiful movie come together. And again, it's not a coincidence that you're here. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you, Gordon. I'll see all of you at the movie. This is The Pink Billionaire. Big hugs and kisses. Thanks so much, Gordon.
Thank you so much, JB. Thank you, everyone. And until next time, everyone, have an amazing evening.